Smart people don't usually say they're unhappy. They say they're fine. They think deeply. They understand the world. They see patterns others don't. And yet, when they're alone, something feels off. A quiet dissatisfaction, a constant mental tension, a sense that life should feel more meaningful than it does. What if intelligence itself is part of the problem? Before we dive into this topic, kindly subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow, and it helps me reach more people who think like you. Today, we're exploring the psychology behind why intelligent people often feel unhappy, and why it's not your fault. Section 1. You see too much. Most people survive by not thinking too deeply. They accept simple answers. They move on quickly. Smart people don't. You notice contradictions. You see flaws in systems, people, and even yourself. You can't unsee them. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Ignorance really can be bliss. The more intelligent you are, the harder it becomes to lie to yourself. You see through comforting illusions about success, happiness, love, and even purpose. And once those illusions collapse, life feels heavier. What if your unhappiness isn't weakness, but awareness? Section 2. Your mind never stops talking. Intelligent minds rarely rest. You replay conversations. You analyze decisions that already happened. You imagine futures that may never arrive. Overthinking isn't a habit. It's a side effect of high cognitive ability. But here's the trap. Your mind is excellent at problem solving, yet terrible at knowing when to stop. So instead of peace, you get mental noise. Instead of clarity, you get paralysis. And the cruel irony? The smarter you are, the harder it is to silence your own thoughts. What if your intelligence is fueling the anxiety you're trying to escape? Section 3. You feel out of place. Many intelligent people feel subtly disconnected from others. Not superior, just different. Small talk feels empty. Surface-level goals feel unsatisfying. You crave depth, but depth is rare. So you learn to adapt. You smile. You blend in. But inside, you feel misunderstood. This creates loneliness, even when you're surrounded by people. Not because you reject others, but because few truly see you. Loneliness isn't about being alone. It's about not being understood. Section 4. You set high standards for yourself. Smart people often carry an invisible burden. They expect more from themselves. You know what you're capable of. So mediocrity feels like failure. You delay satisfaction. You postpone rest. You tell yourself, I'll be happy when. But when keeps moving. And slowly, life becomes a constant evaluation, never a moment of presence. You don't celebrate progress. You criticize potential. What if your unhappiness isn't laziness, but relentless self-pressure? Section 5. You question everything, including meaning. Many people borrow meaning from religion, culture, or tradition. Smart people tend to question it. They ask, why does this matter? Who decided this was important? Is this actually true? But when you dismantle inherited meaning, you must build your own. And that's terrifying. Without ready-made answers, life can feel empty, directionless, existentially heavy. This is why intelligent people often struggle with purpose. They refuse to accept shallow answers. The search for truth often comes at the cost of comfort. Section 6. You are aware of how little control you have. Intelligence reveals an uncomfortable reality. Much of life is out of your control. Randomness, chance, human unpredictability. The more you understand systems, the more you see their fragility. This awareness can create anxiety, not panic, but a quiet tension beneath everything. You want certainty, but intelligence teaches you how rare certainty is. Awareness expands freedom, but also fear. Section 7. What actually helps? The solution is not to think less. That's impossible. The solution is to relate differently to your mind. Learn when thinking is useful and when it's destructive. Accept that meaning is something you create, not discover. Find depth with a few people, not many. Build routines that ground you in the present. Stop treating intelligence as an obligation to suffer. Wisdom isn't just knowing more. It's knowing when to let go. In conclusion, if you're intelligent and unhappy, you're not broken. You're aware. You're sensitive. You're thinking deeply in a world that rewards distraction. The goal isn't to become less intelligent, but to become more compassionate toward yourself. Sometimes, peace begins when you stop fighting your own mind. If this resonated with you, subscribe. You're not alone here.